Hey guys, it's Morgan. Sorry about my voice, I have a cold. Hopefully you can still hear me and understand me because today I'm doing a book outlet unboxing. I'm so excited. So I was doing dishes when the mail guy came and dropped it off at my door, so I had to take a break because I always forget what books I get off a book outlet by the time they get here. Okay. Wrapping paper. Receipt. Oh, these books are so pretty! Okay, so the first book I see is The Book Jumper by Merchthild Glasser. Merchthild. Whatever the heck that means. This book is so pretty. All I know about this book is it's about a girl who can go inside books that she reads and kind of like interact with the world and the characters. It kind of made me think of Inkheart, which I actually haven't read, but I've seen the movie. But I thought it sounded interesting, so I got it, and it's a beautiful book. It's got the, I think it's called deckled pages. Ooh, and the cover is a pretty color, too. So, yeah. I am excited. Woo woo! Okay, next book I'm super excited about is Envision by Sherilyn Kenyon. I keep thinking I already have this book, but I don't. I believe this is the 7th. I think so. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is book 7. I've only read books 1 through 4. But then I started over and reread them and stickied the pages like with markers. And I'm currently on the 4th one. I haven't started it yet, but I'm rereading it, and then I can finish the series. There's 8 of these books, I think. The 8th one is out, but I'm not sure. It's probably in hardcover, but this series is about a kid named Nick who basically is, gosh, I can't really say it. His life sucks, basically, and like gets shot and ends up in the hospital, and he meets this ancient being, and it's like supernatural. I think the first one has zombies in it. There's demons and different kinds of supernatural creatures like werebears and vampires. So it's a great series. I love it. It's awesome. I highly recommend it. It's my favorite book series ever. Okay, next I see Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. So if you have been on my channel for any period of time, you know that I don't read classics. I read young adult, supernatural, fantasy, and sci-fi, and that's like what I read. But I have a friend who likes classics, and he really wanted me to read something by Charles Dickens, and I like the Oliver Twist movie, one of them, many that they've made. I've seen one of them. I really liked it, so I decided, well, it's on Book Outlet for cheap, I can get it, and it's a Penguin classic, so I got this one. The only other classics I have are a collection of Robert Louis Stevenson novels. I think it's Treasure Island, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Kidnapped, and the Master of Ballantrae, I think is how you say it, but it's like a classic collection, and so I'm gonna read those ones, and I also got Moby Dick, and I got this one, so super exciting. Hopefully I can read it. Oh yeah, by the way, this book is about this orphan kid and Victorian London and trying to survive, kind of, I guess. Okay, next I see Dust and Decay by Jonathan Mayberry. This is book 2 in the Rotten Ruin series, which this book is very large. I read the first one and gave it 5 stars. I didn't expect to like it, but it's not like every other zombie story where it's all about like trying to survive and killing the zombies, but it's a lot about morality and what makes us human and what separates us from zombies and monsters and what makes a monster. And it was very emotional, but it was so good. I just loved it so much, and I've been waiting. The second book hasn't been on there for a while, I don't think, but I finally got it. So excited. Can't wait to read it. This book is a lot bigger than the first one. How long is this? It's over 500 pages. But yeah, sweet. So excited. Next, I'm going to do this one last. Next, I see The Wicked Deep by Shay Earnshaw. I don't remember what this book is about, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people on BookTube have been reading it and liking it. Let's see, this says, the Swan Sisters arrived in Sparrow, Oregon in 1822. I'm not sure to say the name. Margaret, I think. The oldest has long auburn locks, full lips, and a sharp jaw. Aurora, the middle sister, boasted soft waves of hair and bright full moon eyes, and Hazel, the youngest, was the plainest of the three, with smaller features and hair that twisted into a tumbling braid. Each was beautiful, and each was misunderstood. A year later, the townspeople executed the Swan Sisters for crimes of witchcraft, placing a curse on the small town of Sparrow, a curse that has never been broken, until now, perhaps. Okay. I kind of remember. It's about witches and curses. If you didn't gather that from the back. But yeah, I think this book is so pretty. It's like silvery and shiny. Oh my gosh. The cover is gorgeous. Stars on the back, moon on the front, silver and black. Oh, I'm in love. Such a pretty book. But yeah, I've heard several people talk about it and say it was good. So I'm going to try it out. I don't usually read a lot of witch books, but I'm going to try it. Okay, I don't remember what this book is about either. It's called Captive by Carrie Jones. I'll read the back, I guess. He smiles. It's a wicked smile. Kind, but not kind. Handsome, but dangerous. Feral, almost. I can see why Nick nearly killed him. Nick, I ask again. Why were you in the road? I was waiting for you. Okay. Zara and her friends thought they solved the pixie problem, and they did. Sort of. The pixies are all locked away deep in the woods, but the king's needs grow stronger each day, and he is in captivity, while his control over his people weakens, and it's enough to draw a new king into the town. Astley claims he's different. He claims there are pixies who can live peacefully with humans, that it doesn't have to be violence and nastiness all the time. Zara wants to believe him, until Astley also claims that she's fated to be queen. There is no way Zara would ever turn pixie, and she's got good friends who will make sure of that. Besides, she and Nick are so in love, they're practically inseparable. But when the very thing Zara wants to protect most is exactly what's at risk, she is forced to make choices she never imagined. I kind of feel like this isn't the first book. I don't know, it seems like it's not, but I don't think it is. That's a bummer. I think the first one's called Need. I don't know. I'll have to research it. But it doesn't really sound like a first book. So, man, I thought it was. Oh well. Okay, two more books. This one is Solitary, Escape from Furnace by Alexander Gordon Smith. I read the first one, Lockdown. This one's smaller. But I really liked it. It's a dystopian about a world where children are greatly feared. There was, I can't remember what it's called, like the children riots, where all these kids, just like this huge group of kids just murdered a bunch of people. And so they created this compound called Lockdown, I think. Oh no, Furnace. And it's like this underground cavern that they converted into a jail. And when children commit specific crimes, they are sentenced there for the rest of their life. And the main character, Alex, in the first book, is framed for murdering his best friend and sent into this prison. And the first one is a lot about him kind of trying to escape from this prison. And this one is a continuation, and there's, I think, 5 books. Yeah, 5 books. So yeah, it's a good series. I think I gave it 4 stars, but I would like to continue it now. Okay, the last book needs some explanation. It's Infinity by Sherry Lynn Kenyon. You might have noticed that I have that same book right here already. So I am participating in this Facebook group, and it's basically, this lady started it, and you pick your favorite book or a book you really like, and you send it to this person, and then it continues down the chain. Like, you put it up on your Facebook page, and then you can get books sent to you, but you only send 1 book. So however many people participate, you can get more than 1 book. So that was a really bad explanation, but you send someone a book, and then other people will send you books. So that's how it works, and this is my favorite book by my favorite author of my favorite series. Hopefully this person likes these kind of books, but yeah, so that's why I have the second copy of this one. Okay, so that is all for my book outlet unboxing, but I did buy 2 books at the bookstore yesterday, so I'm going to grab those real quick. Okay, so the first book I got, so technically I didn't buy these. My cousin got a free box of books off of Facebook, because his roommate likes to read and I like to read, so she took a book, and his stepdad took a couple books, and I took a couple books, and then he doesn't read, so I was like, hey, what are you going to do with those books? He's like, I don't know. It's like, do you want me to take them? He's like, yeah, because I know a guy who owns a bookstore gives me books for trade, so I took his books and added some of my own, which I believe I posted that video, a small unhaul, and I took them to the guy yesterday. His name's Jim, and I only picked out 2 books. I didn't have very much time to look, but the first one is Walk Two Moons by Sharon Creech. So I've read this book before, and I absolutely loved it. I believe I gave it to somebody to read. I don't know if I gave it to them or let them borrow it, but I never got it back. And it's been so long, I totally forgot it existed, and then I saw it at the bookstore. I was like, oh my gosh, I loved that book when I read it. And it's about this 13-year-old Native American girl who moves from Ohio to Idaho with her parents to search for her mother, who disappeared. And so that's kind of what it's about. I only remember this one part from it, but hopefully I like it again the second time. And it's a Newbery Award winner, so that's a plus. And then the other book I got already mentioned is Moby Dick by Herman Melville. This book is massive, but the words are quite large in this book. They're not like a normal classic where they're like minuscule, you need a magnifying glass. So yeah, I do like this story. I've seen a couple of movies kind of based off of it, and my aunt really wants to read it too, so I decided I would get it and attempt to read it. So yay! It's probably like one of the biggest books I own. Yeah, it's like over 700 pages. Massive. Which actually, I think the 5th Harry Potter book has more pages than that, but it's not as thick. Like, the pages are thicker in this book or something. But yeah, that's my book outlet unboxing and my miniature 2-book other haul, whatever I'm gonna call it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you in my next video. Hopefully I will be feeling better and I won't sound like I'm dying or like I ate sandpaper. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!